With yearly progress, you can add widgets to your home screen that let you keep track of the year, month, or day with a percentage. You can even monitor the time remaining until certain events arrive, like a birthday, holiday, or anything else. I use it to keep track of the current day, because with a percentage, it really puts into perspective how much time I have left to do other things before the day ends. It's made me a lot more productive. Something else you can throw on the home screen is large folders. Some phones like Nothing, Oppo, or OnePlus already let you enlarge folders to let you open the apps much more quickly. But not every Android has this feature, so if you download Folder Widget, you can get this on any Android out there. By default, it lets you preview 9 different apps on the front page, but you can expand it to bring up even more. And yes, each app opens without needing to full screen the folder. The best part is that you can choose a ton of different styles to find the one that best fits your home screen setup. Whenever I'm listening to music, I can quickly skip the track by just long pressing the volume up key, or rewind and go back by long pressing the volume down key. This works even if the screen is off or no matter what app I used. The application that makes this possible is Volume, with 2 E's. It doesn't require root or ADB to work, it just asks for 2 permissions and then it works flawlessly. If you get the Pro version, you can even add extra actions, such as liking a song if you're using Spotify, playing or pausing the track, and more. You can even create your own trigger sequences. If you join my Patreon, you can also get the Lifetime Pro version for free since I just dropped 50 promo codes for it. By the way, if you download at least one app from this entire video, all I ask is just to drop a thumbs up. Thanks guys! Starting good habits or remembering random things you did, like the last time you changed your toothbrush or dusted your computer, can get difficult. However, with Habit Builder, you can easily keep track of any of those random things. It's very straightforward to use. Anytime you complete a task, you just long press the dot next to it, and that'll mean you completed it for the day. I even love that it gives you some insights on some of your top habits, or even the top days that you've done a habit. I like to use it to log down anytime I head to the gym, upload a YouTube video, change my toothbrush, get a haircut, and more. Trust me, it's a fantastic way to stay on top of your good habits, or even stop the bad ones. The best part is that it's completely free and has no ads or in-app purchases. I also like to use an app called Ruppu, because anytime I need to create a to-do list, I can just drop one in the notification panel. It makes it super easy to access and it lets me check what I've done without needing to open the app. Plus I can pin other things like my most used apps, an article I'd like to read later, a person I need to contact, a place I need to visit, a QR code, and more. Everything you pin will permanently stay there until you unpin it within Ruppu. Plus you're not limited to just one pinned item. They all get stacked and minimized so your notifications are not cluttered. Watch this. With Touch the Notch, I can tap my camera hole punch and quickly open the camera. Or I can even toggle the flashlight. Or even open the QR code reader. Or a random app. Plus, when I'm listening to music, I can swipe right on my notch to switch to the next track. Or swipe left to rewind and go back. But that's only the beginning. You can do so many more actions and enable plenty of different gestures within the app settings. Especially if you unlock the Pro version for just $1. On my Patreon, I just dropped over 500 promo codes for it so that you can download it for free. Yes, 500. Huge thanks to the developer for being so generous. If you're the person who turns off their phone at night before you head to bed, you should instead use Time Shutdown because it'll let you automatically turn it off after a set timer. Plus, it doesn't matter what screen you're on, the phone will still turn off on its own. Here's how it works. Within Time Shutdown, you just set a timer, hit start. Feel free to open any other app to listen to music or anything else you like to do. And once the time is up, the phone will automatically shut down. It doesn't require root or any other random app. You just give it a few permissions, and for the initial setup, you need to go into the Settings tab and then move the little one to the exact location where your power off button is located within the power menu. Once you do that, you're good to go. Playing peaceful background music is another great way to help you stay focused, and with Nightwave Plaza, you can get non-stop peaceful lo-fi music. It never has any advertisement breaks, and you don't even need to sign up or pay for anything to start listening. But you can create a free account to maybe favorite the songs you like the most in order to find them later. I unfortunately can't play the music for you guys just because it might be copyrighted, but the app is available to download for free, so give it a try. Since we're talking about audio, you can use RootlessJamesDSP to improve the overall quality and make your music sound a whole lot better. In fact, it's so powerful that you need to use Shizuku to activate it. Before, this app would only work on rooted devices, but now non-rooted users have this workaround. If you're not sure how to use Shizuku, I'll leave a tutorial in the cards. Once you have it activated, you can change the dynamic range, bass boost, change the soundstage wideness, crossfeed, virtual room effect, and a lot more. If you're an audiophile, you're going to love this app because it has so many different audio configurations. Plus, it even supports auto EQ, which lets you apply the headphone preset for your specific Bluetooth device. That way, you can make the sound as neutral as possible by canceling out the manufacturer's preset equalization. I found a profile for my Nothing Ear 2 headphones, and now the music sounds a lot more natural. Unfortunately, some apps like Spotify and Chrome don't support this app because they block any internal audio captures, but it works well with other apps like YouTube, YouTube Music, Deezer, Twitch, and more. The Pixel Fold has this very useful dock that lets you open any of your favorite apps no matter what screen you're on. And you can get the same thing on any other Android by downloading Dockalizer. You just long press the power key and a floating dock with 5 of your favorite apps will show up to open seamlessly. And you can change these apps within Dockalizer settings. You can also have it bring up your most recently used apps instead. It makes multitasking a breeze. Cybersecurity is not something you should underestimate, because in today's world, cyber attacks happen all the time. But with Bitdefender, the sponsor of this video, you can ensure that you have online protection round the clock. Bitdefender Total Security is your shield against any viruses, malware, webcam intrusions, microphone monitoring, trackers, and any other online threats. It's versatile too. Whether you're on Windows, Mac, Android, or iOS, you're covered. What I appreciate most is its seamless operation in the background, constantly scanning in real time to block threats and prevent access to harmful websites. Bitdefender respects your activities too. It recognizes when you're gaming, watching a movie, or working and won't interrupt you unnecessarily. Moreover, it goes beyond just online defense, offering a layer of data protection that safeguards your important files from ransomware attacks. The best part is that Bitdefender's total security plan protects up to 5 devices with just 1 license, ensuring all your home electronics remain secure. So don't take that chance of getting hacked and start safeguarding all your devices today with Bitdefender through the top link in the description. Tired of your basic Android launcher? Here's something a bit more refreshing. Kvaesisto completely revamps the launcher by not following the basic AOSP template and instead making something that's a lot more intuitive and easier to use with one hand. Like I can swipe down and instantly bring up all my apps. Inside that same app drawer, it also has a universal search engine, letting you search just about anything like apps, files, websites, contacts, etc. Back on the homepage, you can also swipe up to bring in a useful set of widgets. It lets you see the weather, control your music, upcoming calendar events, and any third-party widgets you may have. Plus, inside its settings, you can customize just about anything. I've been using it for months, and I've honestly never experienced any problems with it. Plus, the fact that it's completely free and open source instantly sold me. Whenever someone asks me for my social media or needs my Venmo to split the check, I no longer pull out my phone. Instead, I use my smartwatch to quickly pull up a QR code that links to my profile. That way, the other person can scan it and effortlessly reach my account. How is this possible? Well, Wear Social gets it done. And inside the app, I can link any website I want to automatically show up on my smartwatch as a QR code. It essentially lets you wear your socials. It's also very useful at any social event. I even just dropped 150 promo codes for it on my Patreon since it does cost $1.50 to download. Another fantastic smartwatch app is SimpleWear, because you can control your phone with it. It lets you toggle your phone's flashlight, toggle some OS settings like the Wi-Fi, do not disturb mode, remotely lock the device, and more. It also comes in handy to check your phone's battery and charging status. It's nothing crazy, but it's still pretty useful and something that not even the Apple Watch can do. Noti Progress Bar is extremely helpful because whenever I download anything, I can see the progress right around my camera hole punch. Or I can instead switch to this linear progress bar that slides across the top of the screen. It's super seamless, doesn't get in the way, and shows up no matter what app I use. Plus, I love using it whenever I listen to music off YouTube because it will still show me the video progress as well. It does cost $1, but I also just dropped 50 promo codes for it on my Patreon. I know some of you have probably never edited a video outside of just trimming it down or maybe adding filters, and that's totally fine. Using a video editor is not easy and is pretty complicated. But with an app called Vaux, you don't need to deal with a timeline because it'll let you do individual editing tasks to make the job 100 times easier and quicker. For instance, if you want to add music to a video you just recorded, Vaux lets you do that. If you want to reverse a clip, you can as well. Maybe compress it down, modify its volume, add a watermark to it, change its speed. It's pretty much all there as individual tasks instead of dealing with a complicated timeline. And you can also do the same thing with any audio file. Trimming it, converting it, merging, changing its speed, reducing the noise, and more. I've always wanted a feature on stock Android where the wallpaper can be changed to a dark wall at night so that it doesn't blind you. But for now, we can use dual wallpaper to get this. It lets you select different walls to automatically switch between whenever you enable the system's dark theme. I find it super useful because I can schedule the dark theme so that I have a bright and colorful background during the day, while at night I get a darkened AMOLED wall. If you like some beautiful dual wallpaper sets, we created a few that work great with your light and dark theme so that you get a seamless transition whenever the walls switch over, only on my Patreon. Sometimes you just want to download a file from an app or website that doesn't let you download it. Well, Save on Device will let you add a working download button to the share menu, no matter what app you're using too. That way you can share the file, look for Save on Device, and download it straight to the storage. I'm not saying it'll always work, but I'm sure in the future this can come in handy. I know every device can run a timer, but with Interval Timer Machine, you can have a multi-stage timer. It comes in handy when you exercise, since you can set an initial timer for a 30-minute run, and then set another 10-minute walking period immediately after. And perhaps throw in some 2 to 3 minute resting periods. You can also use it to better manage your schedule, like kickstarting your mornings with an hour dedicated to exercise, then transitioning to a 45-minute breakfast session, and then doing work. For me, it would be subdivided into tasks like script writing, recording, and editing. I even love that you can turn the timers into picture-in-picture mode or a floating window. It can truly make you a lot more organized. This next one goes out to those who are rooted. It's called GMS Flags, and it lets you quickly enable unreleased or blocked features in some of your Google apps. For example, I was able to enable this new floating nav bar within the Google Photos app, and it honestly looks fantastic. I also got this new feature that has Google Photos automatically group similar pictures so that everything gets cleaned up. In Gmail, I now have easy access to the unsubscribe button and a new reply bar at the bottom of any email. For the Gboard app, I snuck in a new proofreading mode and an undo button. Plus, I enabled call recording within the Google Phone app because for whatever reason, call recording is blocked out here in the States. That's just the tip of the iceberg. There are so many more features that you can enable. Plus, it even lets you jump into any Google app and modify its parameters with a flip of a switch. It honestly still astonishes me how useful rooting is, even till this day. Drop a thumbs up and get this video to over 10,000 likes and I'll make a video on all the advantages of rooting in 2024. Notification Dictionary is extremely useful. Whenever I'm inside an app and I'm unsure what a word means, I can simply long press it, tap the 3 dots in the contextual menu, and select meaning to get the definition as a notification. It's way easier than asking Google because that'll make you leave the current app just to define a word, and it's honestly a lot more practical. Anyways, those are 20 fantastic apps to help you get started in 2024. Here's a playlist to be the previous top apps of the year going back to 2015. If you downloaded at least one app, just drop a quick thumbs up. Check out my Patreon to get a ton of those promo codes for most of these apps that I showed off. Thanks for watching till the end, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Kapow!